The Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believe that the people you surround yourself with can shape your life just as much as your own choices. A wise man once said, "Show me your friends, and I will show you your future." Some people lift you up, make you stronger, and inspire you to live with virtue. Others, they drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and pull you away from your path. Today, we'll look at 7 types of people Stoicism warns us to avoid, and why keeping your distance from them will protect your peace and sharpen your character. 1. The chronic complainer. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. Chronic complainers do the exact opposite. They magnify problems, focus only on negatives, and often spread their pessimism to everyone around them. Spending time with them can be mentally exhausting. They train your mind to look for flaws instead of opportunities. Even worse, their constant negativity can influence your mood, making you believe that life is nothing but hardship. Marcus Aurelius warned that our minds become shaped by the thoughts we allow to dominate them. If you let complainers fill your ears with despair, you'll start to see the world through their lens. A Stoic avoids such people not because they lack compassion, but because they understand that constant negativity can poison even the strongest mind. 2. The perpetual victim. The perpetual victim refuses to take responsibility for their life. They always have someone to blame: their parents, the government, their boss, or even fate itself. Stoicism teaches us that we must own our choices, even when life deals us a bad hand. Epictetus himself was born a slave, yet he didn't let his circumstances define him. Instead, he took full ownership of how he responded to them. Victim-minded people don't seek solutions. They seek sympathy. They want company in their misery. If you spend too much time with them, you risk absorbing their helpless mindset, losing your sense of agency, and becoming passive in your own life. A Stoic knows that hardships are inevitable, but self-pity is a choice. 3. The gossip and backstabber. Gossip might seem harmless, but Stoics saw it as a dangerous habit. Talking about others behind their back doesn't just harm their reputation. It corrodes your own integrity. A gossip thrives on drama, secrets, and the failures of others. They pull you into conversations that have no value and waste your mental energy on matters you cannot control. Seneca warned that associating with people who love to speak ill of others will eventually make you like them, because the mind unconsciously imitates what it hears repeatedly. Even worse, if they gossip about others to you, rest assured they will gossip about you to others. The Stoic path is to speak only what is true, kind, and necessary, and to surround yourself with people who do the same. 4. The hot-tempered. Anger is one of the most destructive emotions in Stoicism because it overrides reason and leads to actions you'll later regret. Hot-tempered people live in a constant state of reaction. When you are around them, their volatility forces you into a defensive posture. You're always waiting for the next outburst. Over time, their energy becomes contagious, and you may find yourself mirroring their aggression without even realizing it. Marcus Aurelius advised that we must be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over unmoved. But when your environment is full of anger, it's harder to keep your own mind steady. A Stoic keeps their distance from such people not because they fear confrontation, but because they value inner calm more than constant emotional battles. 5. The flatterer and manipulator. Not every danger comes from open hostility. Some comes wrapped in charm. The flatterer tells you what you want to hear, but not because they believe it. They want something from you. Stoics value truth over comfort. A person who only feeds your ego will keep you blind to your flaws. Without honest feedback, you stagnate instead of growing. Worse, manipulators can push you into decisions that benefit them but harm you. Epictetus warned to be on guard against those who pretend to be your friends. True friends challenge you to be better. Manipulators keep you weak so they can remain in control. 6. The perpetually unreliable. Stoicism values discipline, commitment, and trustworthiness. An unreliable person undermines all 3. They don't keep their word. They make promises they can't fulfill, and they disappear when you need them most. When you constantly have to compensate for someone's unreliability, you waste energy that could be spent on your own progress. It also forces you into unnecessary stress, which is exactly what a Stoic seeks to avoid. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Relying on unreliable people is one of the easiest ways to waste your precious time. 7. The cynic who mocks virtue. This is perhaps the most dangerous type to your soul. A cynic sees kindness as weakness, honesty as foolishness, and virtue as naive. If you try to live with integrity, they will mock you. If you try to improve yourself, they will discourage you. Stoicism teaches that we should choose what is right, not what is easy. But the cynic tries to convince you that right and wrong don't matter, only self-interest does. Over time, constant exposure to such thinking can erode your moral compass. A Stoic keeps such people at arm's length because they understand that moral decay begins in the mind. Conclusion: avoiding these 7 types of people doesn't mean cutting off everyone who makes mistakes. We are all flawed, but it does mean being intentional about who has the most influence over you. As Epictetus said, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Choose wisely, because the people you spend your time with are silently shaping the person you are becoming.